right. Once you've written at the top of the card the word men, write the first three things that comes into your mind. Don't think about it, just write the first three things. The topic today is how to lovingly be angry. Anger is energy to solve a problem. That's what anger is. Anger is energy to solve a problem. Anger is a secondary emotion, meaning that it's always in response to something else. And here's a key. The next time you get angry, it's probably one of four things that you're reacting to. Hurt, fear, frustration, or powerless. Let's look at your cards. If I can read this. Masculine, sex, and power. It's all very nice. Strong and sexual. Some are. Dependable and strong. I see we have some happy women here. Husband, work, and muscles. Hard-working, that's all I can think of. Beards, football, and love. Is football a positive? I'm going to go to middle with that. Bossy, here's someone on it. Bossy, something, and concerned about his career. I'm going to go with negative on bossy. What do you think? Men, sex, love, and something else. Sex, a lot of sex in this group. All right, here we go. Men, not emotional, doesn't listen, and needs respect more than love. So somebody's been at a conference before. Not emotional, doesn't listen. Got to go negative on that. Men, I got nothing. Men. Could be, who knows?
Definitely negative.
Power, husband, jobs, power. That could be good. Strong, positive, and selfish. Strong, protective, and selfish. So at least middle. Selfish is not so good. Simple. Simple, protective, and predictable. Simple. Strong, something, and helpmate. That's all good. Boy, a lot of positive relationships here. Joy, strength, and love. That's good. Sport, camping, and tennis. That's someone's very nice way of saying he's just really not around. Okay, I'm not going to read them all. But you can see there are some people who are quite willing to say some things that were, not that flattering. And then a lot of positives. So maybe there's a lot of single women here. I don't know. We'll tally up the cards later. But listen, I've done this a lot of times, and here's the last group that I did. And the results are pretty similar when you have both men and women in the group. We probably would end up something like the standard group that I have here. Most of the time, Christian women in groups like this, are carrying around their head 40% of the time positive things, about 40% of the time negative things, and then the other 20% of the time, not so sure, kind of in the middle. So the typical negatives would be simple, aggressive, abusive, slow, too much TV, self-centered, controlling, authoritarian. These are the typical things that are said. And the positives, you heard those, strong, muscular, handsome, good, beautiful. So women are pretty balanced in their view of men, but willing to acknowledge that they're kind of at least frustrated, if not angry. You know what men do? What do you think men do when I tally their cards? And this is pretty consistent. I've done this dozens of times. Anybody want to guess? Similar? More what? More positive? More positive? More negative? More negative, you think? That's your experience, huh? I'm divorced. This is pretty standard. For men, 70% of the time positive. 22% of the time not so sure, and 7% negative. 7% negative. For men walking around, the men in your life, walking around, and if they were here in this group, they would probably fall into this, because I've done it dozens of times. 70% of the time when I say, women, what do you think? They're going to say beautiful, loving, you know, togetherness, wonderful, fun, caregiving, clean, soft. And maybe 10% of the time they're going to say something negative or harsh. Maybe 10%. Now, what's your reaction to that? What do you think's going on?
They're clueless.
Men are clueless. Okay, I'm putting one more over here. Men are clueless. What else we got?
They're simple because
They're simple.
individuals.
Another negative reaction. What else you got? They're simple and clueless. Why is that?
They're lying.
They're lying.
They don't
Yeah?
think about it.
They're liars. And
Sex. The women do everything.
they just want sex? Or just like, okay.
The women do everything, so they have nothing to complain.
The women do everything, so they have nothing to complain about.
I don't think they require.
They don't require as much. Again, simple. All right. There are lots of ideas, but this is really what's going on. You know, when men go out and they have men's night out, and you kind of wonder, what are they talking about? I can tell you, nothing. We're not talking about anything. Very simple. And if you ask if we're happy, yeah, we're happy. You know, because that's just the level in which they're dealing on understanding that deeper emotions. Are they hurt? Are they afraid? Are they frustrated? Do they feel powerless in their marriage? No, because they're not aware of it. Do they feel those feelings? Yes. But if you ask them, they'll say, no, I'm happy. Good, she's good, we're good. Right? How are you? Fine. You know what fine means? It's an acronym for feelings inside and not expressed. And I'm a man, so you know I'm telling you this is our experience. So you can see where I'm headed here. There's a difference between what? Are women more angry than men? No. Are women more aware of the primary emotions that lead to their anger? Yes. So, what is our task? Our task is to know how to engage in a loving way, particularly in the conflict we have with the opposite sex. How are you going to lovingly have conflict with someone when you start the conversation at a different place? You're starting the conversation at a different place. This is the anger of hope. The anger of hope says, there is a hurt, there is a fear, there is a frustration, and some area of powerlessness that we need to address. And I have hope that we can do that. And my anger is my energy that empowers me to address this that needs to be addressed.